Hey guys, and welcome back to Wild Season. It's time to cast the controller on over once again. Last time we... Well, first let's start with what happened last time for you guys. Last time for you guys, we got a rather unwelcome welcoming. We named our farm. Frank taught us how to farm. We planted some stuff. And then I accidentally went to sleep when I was trying to save, and there was a knock at the door. Since then, I have attempted recording twice, been lucky enough not to overwrite the save, so according to the game, it is still left off before I even slept. Nothing has happened yet, according to the game file. Unfortunately, I personally have experienced the next day, and I've figured out that depending on when you leave your house, you can sometimes get different things to happen. And so, I may or may not have seen some of the stuff we're about to experience. I try to go in blind, I try to give you guys as much of a genuine reaction from me as you might get playing it yourself for the first time. But because of recording issues, we are unfortunately not going in blind right at the moment. Now, the reason I am on a pause screen is, as near as I can tell, if you leave your house before 8 a.m., which we didn't do last time because I accidentally slept several hours into the day, you run into someone that we briefly met in the last video. Leave your house before 8 a.m. It didn't happen. So it did when I just tried to boot it up. It didn't this time. So near as I can tell, it's sometimes completely random who might show up at your farm. Now, something I did do off screen on one of my attempts is I did go around and pick all the weeds. Now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that real quickly right now, and I'm going to speed it up. Alright guys, now as you can see, or might have seen, we did reach level 3 Weed Lord. Now, because I am not a complete, that is not what I wanted to do. Because I am not a complete hoarder, though trust me, I could be. In most of these games, I definitely count as one. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw some weeds in here. We have 100 gold at the moment. We'll see how far that does or doesn't go later whenever we end up actually hitting a shop. I personally have not done that yet. Now then, what I want to show you is if you go to sleep, you'll actually sleep for a number of hours. Now, let me just test something real quick. Okay, nope. I was seeing if I could trigger the thing I triggered by accident before. If you just go to sleep, note I'm not saving, I am just going to go to sleep. It'll go from 10 a.m. to several hours later, but in the meantime, here's that cutscene. As far as I can tell, it should do the cutscene. There's a knock at the door. This should be the cutscene that I finished off last episode teasing you with. Now this is the second or third time I've seen it personally, so I hope you don't mind if I get a little outrageous with the voices at some point. It's the girl from the other farm. Denise, right? Look, I know this is sudden and it's not going to make much sense, but I need you to leave. And now. Okay, so the first time I attempted this, I went with, "Is that the way you greet everyone?" And she got all flushed and went, no, of course not. Second time I went, "But this is my farm." And she goes, no, I need you to leave town. So this time, just to complete the set, so I personally have seen all the options and you sort of have since I've described them to you, I'm gonna go with, what? Did I stutter? That's actually funny because I used that as a quote for something one of the other characters says later. Let's see if I can remember to whenever I encounter it. Wait, no, I mean, I'm not trying to be, I'm sorry, it's not safe for you to be here, alright? I know you don't know me and that I look pretty crazy right now, but please, I need you to believe me. This town, it's not the place you think it is. I don't know why you bought why you thought buying a farm here was a good idea, and honestly, it's none of my business. But I've always lived here, and it's my duty to protect it from people. And protect people from it. So there's obviously something going on with this town. I cannot wait to find out, but it's probably going to take us a while. So please, leave. I'll help you pack whatever you need. Which is honestly a kinder gesture than we've really received from anyone else in town, including Rosalind, the snooty mayor's wife, and the mayor himself. So, like I said, there has been 2 other times I've done this that I remember. I do think I actually did also encounter this that long ago time I first tried playing this, but I don't remember anything from that point. So I've said, I can't leave. I have nowhere to go. And she basically goes, I don't really care. You still need to leave. And you're not going to tell me why? And she goes, I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I really can't. So it's obviously some big secret that the town can't share. And just to complete the set, even though I didn't want to be this mean, I'm gonna have Cass say, you're right, it is none of your business. I know, but whoever put this place up for sale made it be. If they hadn't, neither of us would be in this situation. Quick question, do you guys say neither or neither? I can never decide. I'm sorry. She seems like she's trying to be nice, even if she's not naturally. You're not gonna leave, are you? Nope. Fine, don't listen to me. Look, I might be the first, but I won't be the last to try to get you to leave. And believe me, those people aren't going to ask nicely, or care, or... You're a threat just being here, don't you understand? Ugh. Maybe after a few days here you'll reconsider. If you do, please, please come find me. If not, you're on your own. I'm not your friend, I don't want you here, and I won't help you stay. Just so you know, when the time comes, I tried. Which definitely makes me wonder what the time is. How many people has she run off from here? With that expression, what has happened to the other people who may have tried? Is this her first time trying? Lots of questions in this game, and I haven't yet found any answers, and I certainly hope you guys come along with me while I try. Good luck, Cass. You're gonna need it. And then you scurry away, as fast as your little chibi feet can take you. She rushed off before you could respond. She's not making much sense, but she does seem genuinely concerned about you. There's nothing you can do about it right now. Might as well leave it alone. Now it is 5 p.m., and something I've noticed in my other 2 attempts is that at 6 p.m. people start going home. And that's when I discovered that to the south is not directly the forest. There is somewhere we can go that is directly through this little area that doesn't lead to the forest. I always thought it did. No, it didn't. Let me read this before. To Rural Village, in fact. So we will be going down there at 6, and people will actually be at their homes. For now, we're going to check out what's to the north, which is the outskirts. Which you can technically, I suppose, go back here, and I don't know why I did. I play too much Pokemon. I've been avoiding the grass, and I saw this little narrow strip of things, and I expected there to be some sort of item at the end. And I almost compulsively had to go that way, too. Now, let's see. What is this? I haven't actually gone in here. See? See, there's the first person. No, I wanted to catch you. I want to catch you before you get to your home. I'm too late. Now, we'll see shortly the person who ran home who... This is the person I saw run across my farm that made me actually go south the first time. Ha! The game actually makes the Pokemon reference completely on its own. You're not sure what you expected to find by wandering around in this tall grass. No wild creatures, you hope? Oh, person. Come on, person. Oh, dang, I was too slow. Come on. It's fun to try to catch them when they're running. Don't judge me. Ha! Huh? I? Are you on shore leave or something? You sure don't look like a sailor. Oh! You're the girl who just moved here, right? Duh. My name's Roy. Frank's my dad. He's the guy that's gonna be picking up your crops and stuff, probably. Listen, Bedford's weird, though you probably already know that. Just don't let it get you down. When I first got here, Dad said that everyone here wants to be everything to stay the same and stuff. People even get mad if, like, their mail's delivered in the wrong order. They were kind of scared of me at first, too, but now everything's fine, so it should be the same. Anyway, I gotta go. See ya. If Frank's your dad and Frank's part of the town, then why weren't you here from the get-go? Sorry, I didn't notice this the other 2 times. And this time he actually runs away. The other 2 times I've managed to talk to him in his house and he just stands there. And I'm sort of like, where do you gotta go? Anyway, as far as I know, there's no one up in those buildings anymore. So we might as well just skip straight ahead to... I like how we squint when we run. Royal Village. Now, I always thought this was where the forest was, so I never went south. Until I saw people running past me going south. Now, this is the blue-haired lady I tried to catch the first time. You wouldn't happen to be CassTheController, would you? Oh, you are? Wonderful. It's not often new people move to Bedford, and honestly, sometimes they don't even visit. This is a very unusual occurrence indeed. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Lily Dennis. It's so nice to meet you, Cass. Sorry, is it okay if I call you by your first name? I sure hope so. She seems way too nice to live here. What's the catch? Well, anyway, I'm actually the mayor's niece. There it is. I run the flower and sapling shop in the northern part of town center. Please, come by and check it out, okay? You'd think the mayor would have shown us to that shop when he was showing us around town then, huh? Maybe he didn't want us to meet his niece. I'm really busy, though, so I'm sorry if I can't talk too often. And I apologize if... Sorry, please ignore that. Anyone else think she might not be so nice and forthcoming around her family? Anyway, I hope to see you buying flowers or a sapling soon. Bye. Seems like even the nicest person in town is wary of you. Now, I could run around and snoop through everyone's home, but for the sake of keeping the episode slightly short and giving you guys something to find on your own if you play the game, I'm not going to. I am going to show you this, though, to show you that if you click on stuff, there's usually some sort of text dialogue to go with it. Flowers and herbs line the shelves. It's a piano. Looks like Lily's been practicing lately. Looks like there's a chess game in progress. Now, to honor the true Pokemon things, let's see what happens. Nothing on the TV? Wow. Looks like there's a chess game. But yeah, so you can find a bunch of stuff that you can click on. There's a lot of strange art on the wall. And that actually is really neat to find, and I definitely recommend you looking for it if you play the game. Cute little bedroom, very flower themed. And the reason I checked the other floors, in a lot of these houses, there are other people living in other floors. But I want to make sure I talk to everybody. Here's him. Let's go ahead and see what he says the second time. I've never actually come back and talked to someone a second time. What's up? Well, that's neat. Curiosity must be satisfied. I hope you've been having a good day today, Cass. I like her. I shouldn't, I'm sure. Bedford Valley Winery. Now, let's see. There she is. Something neat is these people have been standing in a different place each time I go to talk to them. So they do actually roam around their homes. They don't have a set, this is the pixel where they stand place. Oh, and who might you be? CassTheController. Oh, I see. I mean, you're the one who bought the old farm, right? I am Estelle Schneck, but please, call me Misty. Everyone does. To be honest, you've done me quite a favor buying up that old place. I remember when those fields used to seem like they rolled for miles with every type of crop you could think of. I didn't actually live in Bedford at the time, but I would always visit from a few towns over. Anyway, dear, if you need anything at all, please let me know. My husband and I own the winery just south of your farm. You mean where we're standing? We'd love to have you over sometime. You mean like I am? Until then... I didn't actually explore this place much when I came here. Let's see if there's anyone downstairs. Nope, just wine. Lots of wine. I mean, it makes sense. This is a winery. Can you guys hear the crickets in the background? I went quiet for a little second so you guys could hear the difference in the music once it hit 6. Oh, they're running around. I didn't see them do that before. I could have caught them in this room? Anyway. Hi? My name's Sky. What's your name? Cass? I like that name. You're not sure if she's been told not to talk to you, or if she's just shy. Jack's my dad. He's a carpenter. And Alice is my sister. She's a lawyer, but, like, a waitress too, I think? Alice, huh? That tells you that it's probably the former. Anyway, welcome to Bedford. Our first official welcome that had sincerity to it, I'd think. Oh, you bought the farm, right? The one that has all those weeds and stuff? That's so cool. Eh? Exclamation point. Cool. There's so much space there, and you can grow cows, guys. And you can get cows and sheep and stuff. Oh, and chickens. I wonder why no one else is excited that you can buy animals and stuff. Oh well. Exclamation point. All right, I'm not supposed to be talking to you. Don't tell Alice, okay? Any other younger siblings out there remember what it's like to tell someone not to tattle on you to your older sibling? I do. Bye-bye. Yep, the former. You have a feeling, though, that Sky is more interested in you than scared. Then, I believe if you peek upstairs, you see a bed. And then, look. Sonic booms. Wonder what that could reference. Now, I'm guessing this is the shared bedroom of Alice and her lovely sister downstairs, Sky, and then there's that bed there that's probably from their dad. But you'll notice there's another bed down here. We're about to meet who gets to live in that bed. These would be the lumberjack workshop. Huh? Who are you? Oh man, you're totally that doctor, right? Dr. Willie? Light? Mario? You try to correct him, but me, I'm Vince Lee, apprentice in training of the greatest carpenter in the world, Master Brandt. Together there's no wood we can't carve. Nice to meet ya. Eh? Huh? You're not the doctor. You're a farmer who bought what? It seems like he doesn't believe you. Nope, haven't heard nothing about it. Of course, Master and I were locked up in the shop working on our latest project until recently. Now, every other time I've done this, I've made the joke that, but you're still in your workshop. But this time, we did actually see them 5 seconds ago running around outside really quickly. So, I guess technically they did only until recently be holed up in there, and they just happened to come right back. Stop by sometime. We'll make you the greatest Tanuki statue you've ever seen. From what I can tell, this game flirts very closely with stuff that might be considered copyright infringement. See ya, Doc. We're still Doc. Despite him admitting we're a farmer, we're still Doc. Huh? Now who in the world are you? No, don't tell me. I ain't ever seen you before, that's for sure. And you seem to be walking around here without anyone tackling you, which narrows it down. Ha, I know, you must be the new doctor. Really nice to meet you, Doc. Glad to have you. You explain that no, you aren't the doctor. You're not? Then who the heck are you? You're the poor sap who decided to move here. You bought the farm, you say? What, the one with the weeds? No one ever told me them folks had a relative from outside of town. Just go with it. I like how the game's giving you advice not to fight the preconceived notion of the villagers. Doesn't seem quite right. Natives. Locals. Locals is the word I'm looking for. I'm Jack Brandt, the greatest carpenter the world has ever known. We can see where Vince gets a little bit of his energy from. I run the greatest woodworking shop on the planet. Come by if you ever need anything, chickadee. I love that. I haven't really found anyone in my life that I can call chickadee without it being extremely awkward, because I am a rather young girl, and nobody really likes girls calling each other chickadee for some reason. But I really like it as a nickname. So let me know if I can call you guys chickadee, because I need someone I can call chickadee. I know that old place could use some TLC, am I right? Our talk's inspired me. I'm off. He's still standing here, muttering to himself. I like that the game is actually making some of my commentary for me. Where in the world did you move to? Oh, wait, there was something funny that I actually clicked on by accident. If you mess up one of their projects, they'll probably chop your head off or something. Best leave this alone. Now, if you go down here, is actually the actual... The mayor told you not to wander into the forest. You'd better try not try it for now, unless you want people to dislike you more than they already do. So yeah. I do like that when you approach doors and stuff, they open like that. Let's go ahead and read the sign now. Monroe River. Funny how rivers and places can get just rather average names. I bet I can fish here eventually. Walk up here. I know there were more houses. Where did I see more houses? Oop. There we go. Did you guys see it? I did not go north after I crossed the little bridge. And here we are. I think we can't go in here because it's a barn, but this up here, this is a house. Whoops. This is the house. For some reason I remembered going into the other building. Now, here is the Poindexter that originally I followed south to discover this area. Oh, you must be new one. I was told of your daring entrance into town and your acquisition of the mysterious missing deed. It's almost like you're the main character of an RPG, or maybe a cartoon, or an RPG that got turned into a cartoon, or a farming simulator. Nevertheless, I should properly introduce myself. I'm Stefan Giles. Giles? I'm gonna go with Giles. The second oldest in the family. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. That's the third time I've had to read that line, and each time I still wish it was make your acquaintance. While my brother Cold Steel takes care of the animals on the ranch, I manage the animal store. Cold Steel? New one? What? If you ever decide you need some sheep to eat those weeds, I would be happy to sell them to you. Two things. You would sell sheep to me with the dilapidated shape my buildings are in, I should report you somewhere. And second, do sheep eat weeds? Would that be healthy? Shouldn't they eat grass? Or fodder? Until then. So that's the guy you need to buy animals from then? Huh. Yeah, this game is definitely doing a fine job of making fun of itself. Now, this little chickadee, to use the word I wanted to use earlier, I actually met outside the first time. Huh? So you're it? You're the one everyone in town's been all up in arms about? Eh? Man, what a disappointment. Quick foreclosure, guys. I do not curse naturally. It just doesn't come to my tongue very easily. I can force myself to do it, and I can do it when I'm quoting things. But just don't harsh on me if it doesn't sound very natural when I'm reading the dialogue aloud, if it has a curse word. It's not something that comes easily to my mouth. The way they're talking about you, you sound like the biggest badass in the whole world. More like the biggest idiot. What is this child? The kid curses at you and suddenly they're no longer a who. Name's Giles. Panka Giles. I'd give you a card, but I'm fresh out. A lot of new acquaintances lately, and well, you just don't look worth the money I'd have to spend on a new one. A single business card doesn't usually cost that much, especially if you buy them in bulk. Card? What 9-year-old has a card? This one, apparently. Look, I'm gonna be frank with you, alright? Because this town's got a lot of backwards way of dealing with things, and it annoys me. Nobody wants you here. You're not even supposed to be here. You got it? Frank indeed. I know you bought the farm and all, but seriously, take it from me. Bedford's no walk in the park. And you don't really want to be here unless you gotta be here. Capiche? Hope I said that right. Yeah, I know. I'm always looking out for the little guy. I'll even give you that advice for free since I'm so generous. That doesn't happen often, alright? Just think about what I told you, okay? Later. This town is officially off its rocker. Is it weird that I personally quite appreciate these honest people like Denise and Panka who are just up front go, hey look, we don't want you here. Much more than Rosalind, who's all sweet words and, are you sure you can handle it? Yeah, I'm sure. Back off. Anyway, as much fun as talking to Panka was, I do believe you guys are going to like this one even better. Huh? Danny said not to talk to you. Stranger danger, stranger danger. This is the place where Pongo dies. He's just standing there. He even has the exact same expression on his face. You might want to just leave him alone. That is Ponko. Ponko and Panko. I can only assume that they are twins. Or at the very least, siblings. I didn't run into him until a while ago. And in one of my other attempts at this, I didn't run into him until much farther along because he wasn't in his home. Exclamation point. I'm almost sad they didn't have the actual exclamation point little emoticon above his head. I'm glad you're okay. My name's Edward Giles. I run the ranch. Note the gloves, guys. Note the gloves. I was the one who found you in the car. Exclamation point. Yes, I'm gonna do that throughout the whole game. I'm gonna do my best to actually narrate the little emoticons because it's my Let's Play, and I'm gonna narrate the emoticons. Now that you think about it, Rosalind did mention that someone named Edward brought you to the inn. You should watch where you drive. Yeah, no kidding. If you need to know anything about animals, I'll be on the ranch. Okay, I'll be going then. Bye. He seems as wary of you as everyone else is, but at the same time, he did save you, which puts him well above everyone else in this town you've met so far. Now, that's not true. Lily was quite nice, and Denise at least had good intentions when she called you out. Maybe he's just shy? Wishful thinking. Anyway. Ta-da! I do believe that's all of Rural Village that we can explore. Now you'll note when I run, it does get a little bit laggy. Now again, there's nothing down there. That doesn't lead anywhere. I'm gonna go see if I can talk to the Holtz again at all. Because, as I said, this leads to the Holtz farm right here. I wonder if this actually lets me go inside. Nope. I can't wait until my crops sparkle, but look at all this space that they are not utilizing. Times must be good. Good evening. That's it, huh? Oh my gosh, who's up here? This does not look like Denise's. Oh, a wooden toy chest full of explorer equipment. A toy sword, toy pistols, a toy pickaxe, a toy grappling hook? Whoa, this kid is serious. That was an accident, but one I'm very much glad I did. Alright, so it seems that Denise might have a sibling we don't know about. So I vote that we check out what the town looks like at night. See if there's anybody living in here. Oh, guys, listen to that. The music changed again. Now it has seagulls in the ocean. That is so neat. I'm sorry. I am a little disappointed. Pokemon has spoiled me. I expected my footprints in the sand. But as I was saying, music changes with scene changes are just, they get me, you know? I really appreciate those. Can't go in there. Is that a cobweb? Cannot wait to find out what that is. Let's see, let's do some more running. I'm probably going to wrap this episode fairly soon. I just want to make sure that we've talked to everyone we absolutely can. Gavin's house. Gavin was the doctor? One of the workers? I don't know. Kid residence. Working hard, I see. Yeah, that's why I'm out at 8:30 in the evening. Good evening. Yeah, most of this isn't going to be that entertaining since we have met these people before. What on earth is happening to you, dude? How's it going? Anyway. I'm going to meet you guys back at the farm unless I run into someone new to talk to. Oh, Luana's house. This might be someone new to talk to, guys. Why, hello there. You must be the... What is this voice? Why, hello there. You must be the young girl my daughter's been talking so much about. Daughter? I'm Reverend Knight, but everyone in the town calls me Luana. I've never been much for titles, you know. They feel stiff. You don't think you remember meeting anyone with the last name of Knight in town? Oh, well, of course you're confused, dear. I always forget that Rose and I don't share the same last name anymore. We haven't in years. Rosalind's my daughter. Reverend and Rosalind. No, Reverend's not her first name, guys. I just think it's kind of funny. I'm sure she and her husband have been very gracious towards you. If there's one thing my daughter knows, it's hospitality. Let's not tell her. Well, that's one way to put it. The wrong way, but you know. I'm sorry, guys. This game is commentating on itself so easily. Anywho, if you're ever in the area, please stop by the church. It's not used for much these days, but we do like to gather there on occasion. I hope to see you soon. I hope to see your eyes soon. They're open? Well, at least she seems nicer than her daughter? I'm sorry, guys. I have been a little bit mean towards the residents, but that's only because they were mean towards me, I promise. And as you might tell from the choices I try to pick first go around, I usually go for the nicer choices. Alright, and now as you'll see, if we go down here, it leads to the Holtz farm. For some reason. That's weird. I had the impression that we could go back to our own farm, but apparently I have to go through the Holtz. Very odd, very odd. Where's the bridge I used? It's above the trees. Guys, I am not very geographically inclined. I felt like it was made in some big circle and that I could still get to the town. Now there is, like I said, some stuff to the north of the farm, and I briefly peeked up there. But since oh, hello, hey, come back, Frank, come back! I want to talk to Frank again. His stoop is so difficult to get up to, you have to completely aim it correctly. Actually, I think it's not letting me up because it's after 10. As far as I know, after 10, it doesn't let you inside the building. See, her door opened briefly because of a glitch, but after 10, you can't go inside someone's home. Don't visit people after 10. It's not polite. Better not wander around in this tall grass too much. You're completely vulnerable right now, and who knows what's in here. I'm sorry, I'm loving all the pandering. I am definitely playing right into the developer's hands in every conceivable way. Why am I putting light on in the empty barn? Anyway, guys, it has been half an hour or so. I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna see if there are any cutscenes after that, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it a wrap. Call it an episode. There was a hair glitch there for a second, and it's gonna jump us to 7 a.m. There's a knock at the door. I'm not gonna tease you twice. We're gonna go through this, and then I'm gonna cut off the episode. You better get it. Exclamation point. Oh, hello, dear. Yeah, this is why we're finishing up this episode. What a better way to finish it. I didn't wake you, did I? No, it was just the smell of sulfur. So sorry to just walk in like this. My husband and I have keys to every home in the town, just in case there's an emergency, 'cause that doesn't creep me out at all. In small towns, you have to look out for one another. It's different from the city. Anyway, I brought you breakfast. Please, sit. Pancakes, yum. I was making these this morning for my family, and I thought, that poor girl waking up to this rundown place all alone, in a strange town, not knowing not a soul, not even knowing how to farm. Hey now. CassTheController might not know how to farm, but CassTheController. Well, I happen to have 4 Harvest Moon / Rune Factory games under my belt. I can farm just fine. I felt so terrible that I couldn't help but come over and take care of you. You don't look any older than I do. Why are you taking care of me? I was thinking about your predicament on the way over, and I realized what you remind me of. Those poor strangers who gather what little they have to move to a new land that promises them freedom and riches. But when they arrived, they might as well have not left at all. Well, with being shunned like that. And even if they did want to go back, the little they had gathered is now gone, and they are forced to live out their days in a place they don't feel they belong. People haven't exactly been kind since you've arrived, have they, Cass? I swear to God, I'm sorry guys, and I shouldn't use that phrase, but she just screams that sickly, sweet-scented evil. I'm sure she has the best intentions as well. I don't know why I like Denise and not Rosalind. Anyway, what I usually say is, aren't all small towns like this at first? And she basically goes, yes, yes, they are, and then tries to twist that to her advantage. So I'm gonna go with, not exactly, no. Or, I'm not sure you're being nice right now. I'm not gonna do that because there's no need to overtly antagonize the mayor's wife. I am here with the intention of eventually being accepted. Hopefully, even by Rosalind. Not exactly, no. I'm sorry to hear that, but unfortunately I'm not surprised. Do you see how happy she looks? As I said before, people in small towns look out for one another. They become nervous when someone new arrives. They feel that a new person might upset the natural order of things. Now you and I, we're cultured. Way to put down the entire rest of your home, lady. We understand that people move all the time. The people of Bedford, though, why, they're even having trouble accepting the new doctor, and he's needed here. What I'm saying is it's hard to live in this town, especially when you have little to no idea of how to run a farm on top of it all. Again, 4 games, lady. Probably more than that. But I'm not going to take the time to think about it. I mean, look at it out there. It's a disaster. It'll take days alone just to clear out enough room for some crops and animals. It's so much harder than you think. I'd like to help you get back the little you gathered to move here, Cass. I'd like to purchase the farm. Really? What if I don't want to sell it? Didn't you just call it a disaster? Now, if you say, what if I don't want to sell it, she basically looks at you in the eye and goes, didn't I just say why you'd want to sell it? Which is kind of snooty of her, and I only want to put up with one. So our options are really, or didn't you just call it a disaster? And if I remember correctly, when I first tried playing through this before I had a channel when the game was new, I went with didn't you call it a disaster? And she basically goes, yes, that's how charitable I am. So we're going to go with, really? Why, of course, dear. You're confused because generosity like this does not exist in the city, right? I'm confused because generosity like this is usually not sincere. My husband and I are willing to pay every cent of the original purchasing price. After all, this whole mess was one big misunderstanding. And that's something I didn't actually know. The other 2 options, she doesn't tell you she's willing to pay for all of it. So I always was under the impression of, just how much are you paying, lady? So I will give her one thing, at least she is attempting to make it so you can leave with literally what you had. So, the mayor's office can write you a check as early as tomorrow morning, and once you pack and sign some paperwork, you can be on your way. Oh, and you'll need another car, right? I'm certain that I can arrange for a new one. After all, it was our poorly maintained road that stranded you here in the first place. I'm beginning to suspect that the poorly maintained road is a deterrent from, visitors. So, Cass, do you accept my offer? This must be part of what Denise warned you about last night. Well, I do like that the game makes us wait until she asks again. Yes, I am all for being rude to Rosalind. No, I can't. Now, I said I'm not selling the farm, Rosalind, both other times. And she goes, people your age usually call a mayor's wife ma'am. Which is, again, rather obnoxious, and I don't want to put up with it again. And like I pointed out earlier, she looks the same age as us. Her hair is mint, not gray. So, you know what? Fine. I like that it lets you do that. It gives you an option to completely back out. Not many games give you an option to completely avoid their entire plot. And I may attempt to see what that happens later on. I may even record it and put it as a clip at the end of a video or something, just so we can see. But not right at the moment. Right at the moment we're going to go with, no, I can't. You can't? Dear, I have given you every reason why you should, and every resource to do so. I can't because I've decided I shan't. Surely you're not that dense. After all, other than getting yourself wrapped up in this farm, you seem like a logical person who makes smart decisions for yourself. It seems like you're trying to make my decision for myself. But I'm sorry. Look how mad she looks now. But I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I tend to do that when I'm looking after other people's best interests. Bombarding you probably wasn't the best tactic. You can see her brain spinning the little gears as she tries to reevaluate this. And here I was thinking I was so good with people. We'll see how you feel once you really settle in. Welcome to the new land, Cass. When you do realize you're a stranger here, and you will, I may be nice enough to buy the farm. Enjoy your pancakes. Might as well do what she says. Now you can pick the pancakes up and keep them. A lot of people would just ignore them. Unfortunately, you can't put them directly into the fridge. You have to take them into your inventory and then do this. But they are now in the fridge. And with that, I do believe that marks the end of my turn. Let me just cast the controller on back to you, and I hope you guys pass it along again soon. Bye-bye, guys!